You ever wanted to fuck a big chungus? Just me? Anybody else? Hey, what is up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm your host today, Gaming Legion, Gaming Lahan. You can call me Legion, you can call me Jacob, whichever you prefer. The Nemesis System. Let's talk about it. Probably one of the greatest enemy systems to ever have been shown in gaming to date, at least. Looking back at the Nemesis system, it has only been ever featured in two games, and that is Middle-earth: Shadow of Mordor, a 2014 game, and Middle-earth: Shadow of War, a 2017 game. Both games are a part of the Lord of the Rings properties. It's set in Middle-earth. I have not played the games, but I do have both of them, and I do plan to actually play these sometime in the future. I got a lot of other games I'd like to get to first, though. Now, who would have thought, after just two games, a new set of Nazis would appear? You know, we have the neo-Nazis, Disney has Donald Duck, Marvel had Hydra, and I guess we get fucking Warner Brothers. Yes. If you did not know, Lord of the Rings and the Middle-earth games, they are all under the Warner Brothers properties. Yes, those Looney Tune motherfuckers, hence why I made the Big Chungus joke earlier. He was thick, but not cute thick. So Warner Brothers put a patent in place, basically saying nobody else can use the Nemesis system. We are the only people who are allowed to use the Nemesis system. No other game can do it. Fucking bullshit. Fucking bullshit. If you want to commend Warner Brothers on anything, you can commend them on Looney Tunes. You can give them a lot of that. They gave us Space Jam, and you can even give us the Nemesis system. They gave us the Nemesis system. We can give it to them. You did good on that. And then you ripped that away from us, took our balls right in your hands and said, yoink, that's mine, no don-da-don. And thanks to this patent, unless it gets, rescinded early on or it gets extended, we are not going to be able to see a game even attempt to implement the Nemesis system until the earliest 2035. Holy shit, dude, another 10 years where we're not going to be allowed to see the Nemesis system at all because Warner Brothers wants to keep that shit to themselves. Now, we did think we would actually be getting the Nemesis system earlier than that with another Warner Brothers game. Wonder Woman was one that was announced at the Game Awards 2021, and we had thought, hey, we're going to be getting the Nemesis system back. It was actually reported on that they were going to be having the Nemesis system in there, or at least a spin-off of it. So I'll talk about how the actual system works later on in the video, but Wonder Woman was actually going to be taking only one portion of it, not the whole thing, just one portion of it and putting it into their game. And some people were dubbing it the frenemy system, where they only took like being able to brand enemies and put them on your side. Again, I'll explain it more later, but they were only going to be taking that part of it. And then early last year, or just about a year ago, 2024, they completely rebooted it, rebranded the whole thing. They scrapped everything, changed directors, and it seems like they're possibly going to be turning this into a live service game. Great! So reportedly, we are now still not getting the Nemesis system until 2020. Or not 2020, 2035. Thanks, Warner Bros. Now, what is the Nemesis system? This is an enemy system, which means this is just applying to the enemies and kind of how they work. I'm going to be talking in Middle-earth terms, so I will be trying to kind of interpret that to regular gamer, regular terms, so everybody can kind of understand what's going on. But it's going to track every, I think, Uruk. Again, I haven't played these games. I got no clue how it's set. I haven't even watched the movies. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But it tracks every Uruk, which is like the basic mob enemy of the game. And it tracks every single one that the player encounters. So if you're fighting like maybe a horde of 3 or something like that, it'll track every single one. And it is tracking notable feats, such as killing the player or just surviving an encounter. So if one of those 3 kills you, it tracks that and it stores that and does some stuff with it that I'll explain. Or if you only kill 2 of them, one of them is able to get away, or you just leave one alive, it'll also track that. Now, if it is able to be tracked and get one of those notable feats, it will be promoted to a captain or just like another rank up, allowing for more loot and being able to deal a bigger blow to Sauron's army, so they're not able to do as much in the future. Again, I haven't played the games or seen any gameplay or really know how it works, so I don't know exactly what it means by a bigger blow to Sauron's army. I assume that just means kind of like in Breath of the Wild, how you can either go for Ganon right away and deal with him at max health, or you can go to all the beasts, take them down, and be able to get Ganon's health down later in the game. I'm assuming it's something like that, where if you're able to defeat these captains, it'll just make it so that later in the game you don't have to deal with as many enemies in the end. That's kind of how I'm seeing it. By all means, if I'm wrong, tell me in the comments. Again, I haven't played these games, haven't seen anything on it, so I could totally be saying this wrong. It also looks like this kind of works for orcs as well. It'll promote the orcs if they end up surviving an encounter. They can also become like a captain or a leader. It also seems like this is sort of like an exponential or linear, or however you say it, where if they kill you or they survive, they go up to a captain. If they kill you as a captain, they can go up another rank, and if they keep going, they can keep going up to the ranks until whatever cap there is for that. So they could just keep getting stronger and stronger, but if you beat them, you're able to get even more loot, probably deal more damage to the army as a whole. Another thing that was also really cool with this is that it had online services. So if your game has online services, you can make bounties, and your friends can take those bounties and they can go to kill that captain or that leader or whatever, kill them, and it gives you some rewards, it gives your friends some rewards. And then there's also one that I mentioned earlier where you are able to brand Uruks and make them join your side. Essentially, you can start infighting within Sauron's army, so they're not going to like join your side and like fight alongside you type deal, but they're just going to go in and kind of be like a little spy. They're able to, you know, start infighting, create chaos within the army. That's another really cool thing. So one example Wikipedia gave was, let's say you throw an Uruk into fire and it survives, or you set one on fire, it survives. It can come back for you. It's gonna be completely disfigured, like it just got walked out of the fire, and it'll come back for you, take revenge on you. I mean, that's so cool. It's like, it's realistic, because yeah, you throw somebody into fire and they survive. Motherfucker, I'm coming back for you. I'm gonna, you're dead. You're fucking dead. I'm gonna become fucking Batman, and I'm going around the world and I'm learning all these fighting styles, and I'm coming back just to kick your ass. So the Nemesis system just gives a little bit more depth and more ability to the actual enemies, so that they're not just your static punching bags, or they're just something to come and beat you up. It gives a little bit of lore to it, if you want to say. Like, it gives the enemies a little bit more meaning and a little bit more purpose to actually being able to take them all down and being able to actually survive those encounters. Because you don't survive or you leave one alive, they could come back and kill you later on. Is it the best enemy system? I would say it could be. I would definitely say it's in the contending. I don't know all of the enemy systems as well, so I will preface that. But I would say it's pretty up there. It's pretty up there. Now, what are some games that could be improved by parts of, if not the entire Nemesis system, if it was in their game? I have a few examples here that I kind of want to run through and just talk about with you guys. And if you have any ideas of games that could be improved, by all means, throw them in the comments. I would love to hear them. First up, this is a general one. Really, any open world, like single player game, being able to use anything like that, automatically, that'll make it better. One here I have is Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom, especially with all the orcs and stuff, dude. Imagine you have like an orc, or sorry, it's not the orcs. I forget the name. The little goblin shits. I'm sorry, I'm forgetting the name. But imagine you have one of the little goblin shits, and you don't kill it. Like, you don't kill it, it kills you. It upgrades into a blue goblin shit, and then maybe a white goblin shit. And then maybe after that, it goes into a Hinox or something like that. Maybe not the Hinox, but that would be fucking cool. Branding probably wouldn't work as well, because they're not like a huge fighting force like an army, so obviously that wouldn't work, but just that kind of being able to upgrade the enemy, that would work awesome. Another one I have here is the Batman Arkham games, as well as Marvel Spider-Man, the Insomniac ones, just because they would kind of work similarly. You have all of these different factions. I know Marvel Spider-Man better, so I'm going to give examples from there. In Spider-Man 2, you have all the Venoms, you have regular thugs, you have the Flame, you've got the Craven Hunters, like you got a bunch of different groups there. Let's say one of them kills you, like let's say Craven Goons, one of them kills you. Maybe it upgrades into one of the wall guys who gets to be on the wall and start sniping you. Or maybe it turns into one of the bear mini bosses, or it turns into one of the bruisers. I forget. There's that other one. I'm so sorry. I can't remember that type. Or let's imagine that you're doing one of those side missions with one of the thugs, or just a side mission with one of those groups that ends up coming up. It's one of those, pop-up crime ones on the street. And let's say one of them lives. You fail the mission, one of them lives. I know it's hard to think of in those games one of those guys living. It's very easy to kill them all. But let's just assume for a minute that one of them lives and they don't. And you fail the mission. Imagine they come back and they come back stronger with more stronger guys with them, or they just get an increased threat level. Imagine they become like post-game villains almost. Maybe not to the level of Craven or in the first game Mr. Negative or Electro. Like they don't get that big, but they get big enough where like you can have branching out side quests for them. I think that could be something interesting. Another one is any Soulsborne game, Dark Souls series, Elden Ring, Sekiro, any of those, dude. Maybe not Sekiro. I haven't played that and had seen anything. I don't know. But Dark Souls and Elden Ring, dude, fucking imagine. Maybe not with every enemy. I can understand not every single enemy, dude. That would get bad quick. Because the entire point of Soulsborne is learning the enemy's movements, repeatedly dying over and over again so you can constantly learn all of their attack patterns and how to do the best damage. So I can understand not everybody, definitely not even every boss, but maybe the main bosses or like the final boss having something like this. Again, the branding, that's not really in here, but being able to take a spin on the Nemesis system where instead of them coming back stronger, maybe they slowly start to learn your pattern. I know there's another enemy system that's called, so this probably shouldn't be in here. I forget the name of that system off the top of my head. Post-production, you put it in. Thanks, bitch. So, technically, I wasn't wrong. That is kind of part of the Nemesis system. Enemies killing you and they learn how you fight. That is part of the Nemesis system, but it is a lot more well known as like adaptive AI or reactive. It doesn't have a set name, but it kind of goes along those lines, where they do learn how you fight and they start to adapt to that. Again, it is in the Nemesis system technically, but it is more well known as like adaptive AI. According to ChatGPT, a nice quick Google search, as you would say, here are some games that also have it, like the Metal Gear Solid series has this adaptive AI where they'll start to check more common hiding spots if you rely on them too much. Resident Evil 3, they learn how you evade and adapt to that. Alien Isolation, God Hand, apparently the EA UFC games, as well as Tekken and Mortal Kombat, some of the AI NPC opponents, they'll start to like find out your patterns and adjust to it during the match. So it's not integral to the Nemesis system itself, but it is a part of the Nemesis system. Next up that I would think is really, really cool, and again, branding doesn't really come into this. This is more of upgrading your enemy. Pokemon. Really out there, I know, but fucking Pokemon with the Nemesis system, how the fuck would that work? Suspend your disbelief for a minute, good sir, and hear me out. Imagine, let's just say, for the sake of argument, you are in the post-game of Pokemon. You're super strong already, you've already beaten the champion, Cynthia's sucking your dick right now because of how well you beat her all. So the label has told me to stop making jokes like that. Clearly I don't listen. Please don't report me. You're doing really well for yourself, and you go back into one of those routes and you go across an NPC you beat back on Route 1. Let's just say that. You walk in front of them, and let's say there's like a 10% chance to get re-triggered. I say 10% because Pokemon games notoriously have a lot of NPCs, so obviously we don't want to make that every NPC. You walk back in front of them, bam, battle. I wouldn't want that. So let's say like a 10% chance to re-trigger a battle. You walk in front of them, boom, 10%. They come back and they have a stronger team, possibly like even gym leader stronger. Dude, imagine that. You thought Bug Catcher Joey with his Caterpie was doing like, oh, you thought you were gonna steamroll him again? Oh, fuck no, bro. He's coming in with a G-Max fucking Butterfree. He's gonna be coming in there with all of the bug types that'll fuck you over. What is it? There was that one bug type Ultra Beast, wasn't there? Yeah, Buzzwole. Dude, just like that probably wouldn't happen, but that would be funny as shit, dude. He just comes out with a fucking Buzzwole and you have like all under-leveled Pokemon you're trying to level up for the Pokedex, and you're just like, ooh, shit! Yeah, Buzzwole, or you could do Vikavolt, Golospod, Pheromosa, fucking Orbeetle, Centiskorch, Frostmoth, Whirlipede, Scolipede, Yanmega, Vespiquen, fucking Kricketune. You had so many options, and yet you went with the fucking Ultra Beast. Get the fuck out of here. You even had another Ultra Beast you could have gone for, and you went for the muscly gay fuck. Fake fucking fan. My label has again informed me that gay is not the appropriate word to use here. I should say very muscular and proud. I apologize. I think that could be something that would be cool. I think that would be funny as shit. Next up here that I saw a lot of is any sports game. Your Maddens, your FIFAs, your NBA 2Ks, any of those games. Again, branding wouldn't work here, obviously. This is more of the enemy ranking up portion. But imagine, you beat the pants off of these motherfuckers. You beat the shit out of them. And then maybe they pull in an old player that has higher stats, or the team trains while in the off season or whatever. I don't play these sports games. I don't know how they work, obviously, clearly, but imagine they train a little bit or something, and they all come back with better stats so that they're able to get you better. Yeah, I play the sports. I like scoring my home runs on the football field, homie. Saquon Barkley. Go Eagles, woo! I apologize to all the sports game fans. I know, the first time you've ever heard that, but I apologize to the sports game fans. And just to rapid fire a few other games, that would be really cool. Any Star Wars game, preferably in like the Jedi series, Cyberpunk 2077, Grand Theft Auto, Monster Hunter, Elder Scrolls, Warhammer 40K, Assassin's Creed, Far Cry. Dude, imagine the Nemesis system in so many of these games, and oh my god, it would be so cool. All in all, the Nemesis system is an amazing enemy system that should be out there for everybody to be able to use. Not only did I just talk about a bunch of games like that have been established and could work in those, but there are so many other games out there with new IPs and new ideas that you can make based around the Nemesis system that I feel like nobody else has been able to think of, because I'm not going to be able to make this shit for another 10, 15 years thanks to fucking Warner Bros. So what's the point of thinking about it right now? I don't think that it will be able to be rescinded until after 2035, unfortunately. I don't think we're going to be seeing anything past that. I don't think we're going to be seeing anything before that. And I highly doubt Warner Brothers is going to be getting anything out with the Nemesis system before then anyway. So all we can hope is that the patent does not get extended or renewed or anything, and that they will actually open it up to gamers so that we can possibly get some even more insane games on, I guess by then the PS fucking 7 by the time those games get released. Late PS6, PS7, and Xbox Prime. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you guys being here. Thank you as well for last week. On my PC elitism video, got a lot of comments. I actually got to debate with a lot of people in the comments. So I actually have another video that's going to be going up hopefully on Wednesday. Going over some of those comments, because while I got to explain myself a little bit in those, there were some I didn't get to respond to. Some where I want to kind of talk about it a little bit more. There were some things in there that I didn't even think about, and you guys had brought it up, and I thought, oh, you know what, that's actually a good point. I completely forgot about that. So I want to go back through. I want to respond to a lot of those comments because I think that would be fun. By all means, if you disagree with something in these videos, please put it in the comments. I actually really like debating with people and kind of talking about it, because I like being able to see different sides to these coins and everything. But again, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for last week. I hope you guys have enjoyed. Please check me out on Twitch, VOD channels, everything else below. I will see you guys on Wednesday or the next video. Peace out, everybody. Have a good one. Also, there's going to be like a Pokemon Direct next week, right? Yeah. or not next week. You're seeing this on that week. There's going to be one on Thursday. So I'll probably have a quick video over the weekend or that Friday going over a lot of that Pokemon stuff. All right, thank you, bye.
Getting tough from hoes right on my side, and I'm getting all the bottoms. Love to see them while they ride. Got me supercharged, sparking up like I'll be full of venom. Then I spark it up, the smoke just make them pull off all they denim. Show the money spread, make it go and drop a good persona. Put the gun up to her head, that bitch ain't got no persona. Then we blasting off, rocking off to the skies like Jay. Get the